Hello friends, welcome to my new data structures and algorithm in Java tutorial series video. Friends, in this tutorial we will discuss how to implement a binary tree in Java. So friends, in my previous tutorial we discussed how we can represent a binary tree in Java, and we also discussed the structure of tree node in a binary tree. So friends, in my previous tutorial we discussed that binary tree consists of a root node which is of type tree node, and usually this root node keeps the hold of all the nodes in a binary tree. We also discussed that the tree node consists of a data part and it contains two pointers. One is left pointer and one is right pointer. So this left pointer is pointing to the left tree node and the right pointer is pointing to the right tree node. So friend, this is how we store the data into tree node, and we usually use left pointer and the right pointer to hold the left tree node and the right tree node. And below you can see the Java code to represent a tree node. So here you can see it has three things. One is the data part, one is the pointer to the left tree node, and one is the pointer to the right tree node. And here you can see we can store any generic type of data into a tree node. And below is the constructor of tree node where we actually pass the data. So this data part, whenever we initialize a tree node, gets stored into the data variable. So friends, let's go to Eclipse and see the implementation of a binary tree in Java. So friends, here I have created one class by name binary tree, which is having a main method. So let's implement a binary tree into this class. So friends, in our previous slide we discussed that a binary tree consists of a root node which is of type tree node. So first we'll create an instance variable of type tree node and we'll give name to it as root, because this root node will hold all the other nodes of a binary tree. And in order to represent this tree node, we'll create an inner class by name tree node. So private class tree node. So as we discussed in our previous tutorial, that as it is a binary tree, therefore it will have two pointers. One is pointing to the left tree node and another is pointing to the right tree node. So therefore we'll create two pointers of type tree node as left and right. And this tree node, along with holding the left tree node and the right tree node, it will also hold the data. So we are creating an integer type and which will actually store the data. So this can be any generic type, not supposingly of integer type. We can store any data into this tree node. So in this tutorial I am taking the integer data. Moving ahead. Now below we'll also provide one constructor. And this constructor will take in the data part which we want to store. So when we initialize a tree node, we usually store the data into the data variable. Moving ahead, we'll create one method as public void and we'll create a binary tree into it. Create binary tree. So in order to create a binary tree, first we'll create few nodes. So let's say we are giving the node's name as first. And let's say I give the value to data as 1. And I will just create few nodes. Let's say I give the name as second, third, fourth, fifth, and let's say I provide data as 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now when we call this create binary tree, it will first create this 5 tree nodes. Now in order to store these 5 nodes into the binary tree, first thing we do is we assign the value of first to root. So now root will be holding the tree node having data as 1. And let's say to first left we are assigning the value of second. and to first right we are assigning the value of third. So friends, here root will point to the node having data as 1 and its left will point to a node having data as 2 and one's right will point to the node having data as 3. So here we have simply assigned the value of first to root and then we are assigning the value of second to first left and value of third node to first right. So after these three statements, here you can see root will point to first, and then after this two statement it would look something like this: second, so here first left will point to the second and first right is pointing to third. Moving ahead, now let's say we assign the value of fourth to second left. So we assign value fourth to second left and we assign value fifth to second right. So friend, this is how we create a binary tree with the few nodes, and after these 4 or 5 statements the binary tree looks like this. So friends, the binary tree which we created after those 4-5 lines of execution, the binary tree will look something like this: that we initially created 5 nodes with the data as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have assigned the value of first to root. So therefore now root is pointing to the node having data as 1, and then we assign the value of second to first left. So now first left is pointing to the node having data as 2, and we assign third node to the first right. Therefore first right is pointing to the node having data as 3. We also assigned the value of fourth and fifth node to 2's left and 2's right. So therefore it looks something like this. So this is how we actually implement a binary tree, where we insert the node using the left and the right pointers of a tree node. So friends, in this tutorial we discussed how to implement a binary tree in Java, and in my next tutorial we will discuss how we can traverse each and every node of a binary tree in Java. I hope you like this video. Please like, comment, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks, have a nice day.